Hello, I am Bartus, and I am a cyber forensics and information security major. And so I looked into public schools and the unequal opportunity that they provide for students. So I grew up in Moon Township, right here. My high school is Moon Area High School. And for that reason, I'm very privileged in the fact that my high school gave me a lot of opportunities with a lot of AP courses and different opportunities in if I wanted to take accounting or business courses, any programming classes that I wanted to, engineering classes. Honestly, we had a ton of courses that I didn't even take advantage of. But if 6.5 miles separated you from being 22% more likely to graduate, there wouldn't even be a question where you would go to school. So today we'll be looking at budgets between different high schools. I'm looking at only public schools because private schools have a fully different way of having money. Public schools are government funded. So budgets and then AP courses. Specifically with AP courses, I'm looking at Pittsburgh Public Schools, the Alleghenies, which that includes North Allegheny, South Allegheny, West Allegheny, and East Allegheny, and finally the airport area, so right where we are right now. For budget, I looked on this as a per student basis, and I found that out of all of the schools I looked at, the lowest was South Allegheny School District. They had $16,000 per person. Yes, this is based off of their entire budget. No, not all of their money is going directly to students, but this was just looking at it based off of how many students go to the school district, how much money that they have for their budget. And the highest was surprisingly Pittsburgh Public Schools with $24,500 per student. However, the average was right around $20,000. This is actually where I thought most of my research would be going into. However, it turns out most schools are right around that range, and budget didn't have very much effect on the graduation rate. So for AP courses, I looked into the effect on at-risk students and the effect on graduation rate. So David Posthema, he's from California State University, and he did an entire dissertation as well as a couple published articles on at-risk students and the effects of AP courses and the ability to take AP courses on their graduation rate and the high school culture as a whole. So first I looked at Pittsburgh Public Schools. Pittsburgh Public Schools in total offer 29 AP courses. However, they're only offered at 9 high schools in the Pittsburgh Public School District. And not all the schools offer all of the courses. You have to pick which school you want to go to based off of what courses you want to take. However, that's not always an option because of the fact you're usually district based off of where you're placed. There's only a couple different options for you to pick, and that would be like Pittsburgh Barack Obama Academy, which is an IB diploma, and Kappa. Those are 2 examples, but for the most part, you don't get to pick where you're going. However, their average graduation rate was about 84%. This is mostly for the fact that some of the high schools only offered 1 or 2 AP courses, whereas others offered about 20. All right, next we're looking at the airport area. So this is a map of airport area. And when I'm talking about airport area, I'm going all the way down the river. So airport's right about here. We're here in Moon, and I was looking at Montour, Cornell, Quaker Valley, Ambridge, Hopewell, and Aliquippa. These are all within about a 15-mile radius. For airport area public schools, 5 out of the 7 offer more than 5 AP courses. There were only 2 that didn't, and it was Cornell. They only offer 1, and Aliquippa doesn't offer any. So for the highest AP course offering, that was Quaker Valley. They had 17 AP courses offered, and they also had the highest graduation rate of 99%. Aliquippa had the lowest AP course offering at 0 AP courses, and they had the lowest graduation rate. Next, I looked at the Alleghenies. This isn't a true way to look at things for people who don't call these 4 schools the Alleghenies, but I just wanted to take a second and look at as big of a range as I possibly could. So I looked at North Allegheny, which is in Wexford, West Allegheny in Imperial, and South Allegheny and East Allegheny, which are right in like the West Mifflin, Keysport area. For these Allegheny public schools, South Allegheny had 8 AP courses offered, 96% graduation rate. West Allegheny had 20 AP courses offered with a 94 graduation rate, but the two that really differed were North Allegheny and East Allegheny. North Allegheny had 22 AP courses offered with a 98% graduation rate, and East Allegheny had only 4 AP courses offered with an 83% graduation rate. Therefore, again proving that the higher the amount of AP courses, the higher the graduation rate. For East Allegheny, we were really able to take a second and prove the fact that David Postium was trying to prove in that a lot of at-risk students don't even get the opportunity to take AP courses. In many schools, if you don't take the honors or AP course the year beforehand, you don't get the opportunity to take the AP course the next year. So, in this chart, which was actually on their course descriptions for next year, you can see in order to take AP their 12th grade year, this is AP English, they have to either be in honors English in 11th grade or pre-AP English in 11th grade. There's no path from going from academic or just general English. So they have 4 different types of classes. They have AP, honors, general, and academic. And if you're in general or academic, you have no way of jumping up to that AP course. Now, I have no doubt that there's probably a way for them to get a recommendation and get into it, but it's a lot harder. And this is one of the things that David Postium was able to look into, was whenever you lower the prerequisite for students to get into courses, that it actually creates and increases the graduation rate, as well as their ability to move on to different collegiate levels and keep going within education. So, biggest question, bridging the divide. How do we take this and create opportunities and make them more accessible for everybody? Like I said, it's only 6.5 miles between Quaker Valley, which in the airport area, which had the highest graduation rate at 99%, and Aliquippa with the lowest at 77%. So, what do? One of the options is increasing budget. This is not very much a viable option for the fact that it's government funded. Chances are, if anything, funding may be going down and not increasing. This isn't exactly our best option. Another is forcing schools to provide AP courses. Again, this isn't our best option for the fact that in a lot of cases, it's not plausible. So, for example, in Aliquippa, I have an aunt that works there, and as in a lot of schools don't have enough teachers to teach the courses that they want. They don't have enough time to teach the courses needed. They don't have enough resources to teach the courses needed. Again, not the best solution. Next, we have continued busing. So, busing is a system where students go to one school, they're enrolled at one school, however, they take all of their classes somewhere else. For example, there's a lot of students that go to Aliquippa, but they don't actually take a single course at Aliquippa whatsoever. They all get bused over to Ambridge, which is right across the river. It's not far away. However, these kids are still enrolled within Aliquippa schools, but they have no classes through Aliquippa because of the fact that Aliquippa doesn't offer any of the classes they need to take. Aliquippa doesn't offer calculus. They only go up to pre-calc or trigonometry. So, for example, I was able to take 2 full courses of calculus in high school. And so my junior and senior year, I wouldn't have even had a math course to go to take if I lived 5 miles down the road. And lastly, reevaluate the prerequisites for AP courses. This may be our best option. It is found that lowering the prerequisite by even 5%, so if you have to have a 90% in order to take the AP course, lowering it to an 85% can increase your graduation rate by 5% as well. So, this can be huge with at-risk students and any student that's right on that level. One of the things with this is that a lot of students coming into high school, they don't know exactly what they want to do. a lot of times their work ethic is not there. But there's a ton of students that between 9th grade and 11th grade, their work ethic changes tremendously. So we're keeping those students in regular classes instead of letting them move on to classes that are more suitable for them. So this is possibly our best option. Thank you.